at the start of the podcast, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the first ever Versus the Algorithm, the podcast that takes on the internet. I'm Billy James, and with me is producer Stylo. Hello, producer Stylo. How's it going?
Hello. How are you? I'm good, mate.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm excited. This is the first one. We've talked about it for a while. So this podcast is basically about taking on the internet. Obviously, social media is huge, particularly for people in the arts. And as someone who does stand-up comedy myself, I know it's very important for people that are in the comedy game, as it were. So we just thought it'd be a good idea to kind of shine a light on the effort that unrewarded effort that goes into such. And we're going to get people on each week to basically take on the internet. We're going to follow them through the process and just see if all their time and effort was worth it.
Essentially what we're doing is we are recording the conversations you and I usually have about your social media stuff and including someone else.
Yes, that's it. The conversations we have Saturday morning when you're driving somewhere with your kids, that is what we are doing. We're just going to chat our usual BS, basically.
So, I mean, this gives the world a chance to fall asleep to the discussions about your comedy, much like my children do.
Yes, yeah, exactly that.
I'm not in the comedy game other than occasionally being in audiences to watch. I am Joe Public's opinion. There's no professionalism from me in terms of credibility or qualification.
And I should also say, there's none from me either. I am no one. So I do stand up. I've been doing stand up for a couple of years. So I've started doing the social media thing, but I am like right at the bottom of the chain. I've got jack all followers.
Have you had any videos out recently? Anything regarding that? Any success around that?
I don't not any like great successes. Do you know what? I thought a couple of them were right, and it's just not kicked on.
So which ones have you thought were right that have maybe not achieved what you'd hoped?
Like, for context, I've probably been doing social media for just over a year, and my bigger ones, which are not big at all, but just for context, like my bigger one on TikTok was like 14,000 views. My bigger one on Instagram.
14,000 views is nothing to sniff at. If you had done a gig that 14,000 people came to see, you would be buzzing and you'd be well happy with that. So I don't think you should discourage or discredit your 14,000 view TikTok. I think that is still somewhat of an achievement.
Thank you, sir. Good job you're here. Pick me up. I was just going to have a look, actually.
You're just a bit Gareth Southgate, aren't you? Just a bit negative. Come on, be positive.
That's true. Oh, actually, to be fair, there was one. I'm just looking now. Sorry. I'm just looking now, and there was a couple that got some really good views on Instagram, to be fair. There was 27,000 on one video, and then one 76.5, which is... I've got to be honest, I forgot that. I just looked now and I was like, oh yeah, that was actually quite a few.
76,500, that's like almost Wembley.
I know, my hair's terrible in it.
You didn't necessarily need the in it part of that.
Yeah, no, it's just, we'll come to that in a minute, actually. Yeah. So that's it. And that's like of doing it a year. Like most of my clips will get a lot less. So the ones I put out recently, right, what have I got? I did one, because obviously the Euros are going on at the moment, as we mentioned, the final's just about to come up. And I did one, which was if England win the Euros. So this is basically a clip. I think it was from your suggestion, right? You said to me that I should do this in one of our chats.
I think it was a bit of I think it was following one of your other TikToks you done that was Euro related. I thought, oh, well, this would be a good shout. Maybe what would happen if we won the Euros?
Yes, yeah. So it all came from that, and I thought it was all right. I'll play the clip right about now.
It's official. The name Gareth is back.
The name has had a huge resurgence, even though it's normally reserved for single 30-plus-year-old losers. Hey Jude, is it number 1? Three Lions, is it number 2? And We're on the Ball by Ant and Dec is still nowhere because it's shit. This tattoo artist tells me he's run out of both red and white tattoo ink. Yeah, but that's because I'm mainly tattoo members of the EDL. Stop talking. Want to know what's cool these days? Well, thanks to Jordan Pickford's penalty saves, the answer is tiny arms. Yes. Not everyone has such diminutive flappers, but as you can see, the people here are trying to create the illusion that they do have by standing far away.
I do have one thing I wanted to pull up on this.
Yeah.
And I think, I reckon that there is a collective of people that will agree with me on this, that there is a bit of it that I thought you were just a bit unfair on.
Okay.
Now, I don't think you should be critical and criticising the quality of a song that includes a lyric, Golden Balls is captain and Heskey makes it 5. Heskey, very much an unappreciated legend.
Obviously.
And very high in my esteem. So any song that includes that lyric is a winner with me. And your, frankly, out of order criticism of it in that video very much offended me. I will say, I support you fully in everything you do, so you will always get a thumbs up from me, but I did hover over the old thumbs down button.
I mean, just no offense was meant to Emil. Legend of the game. Legend of the game. But that song by Ant and Dec, it wasn't great. I'm going to put it out there. It was not good in any which way. Sorry.
I mean, what I will say as well is that Alfie, 18 months old, asleep upstairs, was a fan of it when I was playing it to him when I was cooking in the kitchen the other day. So,
yeah, I feel bad. Now I feel bad.
Two fans in this household.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it all back. No wonder the video did shit. What did it do? What did it do? That is the question. Right. Okay. It did not a lot. So on Instagram, it was got 800. Oh God. Only got like 21 likes and 3 comments, which 856 views. And these were the comments. It was from one guy. It's a mini conversation. Okay. So the guy said, "Is that a wig?" And then I said, if I needed a wig, I'd have chosen a better one.
Right.
To which he said, so just a shitty haircut. Which was kind of my point. I mean, he's basically...
Yeah.
Missed the point of my comment.
I mean, what I will say is that I don't think anyone can say anything about your hair that I haven't said to you before.
You have mocked me for many years, to be fair. Used to it. It's all good. So I put that one out, and I also put out a...
My mocking you for years, if anything, has prepared you for a stand-up comedy career.
To be fair,
there's nothing anyone could shout at you that's worse than what I've said to you.
That is true. What else were we on about? So the second clip was this clip. Have you seen he's changed his phone wallpaper to a footballer? Don't get me started. Got him on there because you love him. What about your wife and kids, Trevor? You're 38, mate. It's a bit weird to have a 19-year-old on your phone. Bit noncy. Anyway, have you got the time? Yeah, sure. It's 4 minutes to 3. For the audio listener, I've held up my phone to show the time, and there's a picture of Jude Bellingham on it. Clever. Did a little bit better on Instagram. Did 2,500 views. That's the thing. It's weird, isn't it? That's what I don't get. So this got one less like than the other one, but it got an extra 1,500 views. I don't get it. I don't get the algorithm. This is all part of the thing.
Well, no, it's just obviously people probably might have enjoyed the other one more than they enjoyed that one.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like ratio-wise. So this one kicked on to get more views despite having less likes, if you know what I mean. So like the ratio to views to likes is lower.
But then could that be... are there other different little permutations on it, like your hashtags,
Mm.
your like, could people that had maybe more followers have liked the one that got more views? Do you know what I mean? So then it pops into like their followers or friends' feeds more than it did than the other one did.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I've got no clue, but that's a good thought. Maybe that all comes into it. I just realised that I am sat a lot closer to the camera than you, and my head looks massive. That's cool.
Sure. I mean, is that bad?
That's right. You got a big head too. That's good.
That was fucking unwarranted.
Sorry, there was.
What's that?
It did do better on YouTube, actually. So YouTube, it got
Okay.
6.3 thousand views and 66 likes and a comment. Don't know what that was. Probably something insulting.
In terms of your YouTube,
Yeah.
is that, have you just got like the shorts at a minute on there?
Yeah.
Have you got, or are you planning to put like? Because I know you record your gigs. Are you planning or looking at putting actually your sets on there?
Not anytime soon, but I do want to keep doing the shorts. Hopefully, build subscribers and stuff, and then maybe like further down the line, that could be an option to do that if I did like a film show or something. But that is a bit off at the moment. But yeah, so that was the stuff I've done recently. I was kind of thinking like maybe doing another clip for the final. Maybe sorting something out tomorrow for. The idea was basically around the fact that we could stay at home, sit somewhere comfortable, have a great view of the television, do anything we wanted, get anything we wanted whenever we wanted. We could do that. Ideal viewing situation. But we all choose to go to the pub, and I was basically going to bring in all the reasons why that is actually a shocking idea, but we still love it anyway. So, for example, you get covered in beer, can't see the TV screen, because I'm not too bad, because I'm 6'2" or whatever. But, if you're 5 foot
humble brag there.
Well, hang on, that's not...
I'm 6'2". Right, sorry. I'm a meager 6 foot.
Do you know what? I've never thought about it before. And I had a discussion with someone recently, and they were going on about how people lie about their height and stuff. I didn't realize it was a thing. Maybe because I've not had to worry about it.
Oh yeah, because humble brags because I'm 6'2".
I'm a lanky bastard. That's what I am. But yeah, I didn't realize it was a thing. People do it. Have you ever lied about your height?
Wow, I mean, I wouldn't say I lied about my height.
Rounded up.
I'm not. But if you want, I mean, I'm sure if you went down to the sort of very specifics of like quarter inch or whatever, I reckon I'm probably like 6'11" and a half. But I'm not going to go. I'm 6'11" and a half. I'm not 6'5".
I was going to say that does. You're definitely not that.
Yeah.
I know you're wearing a basketball top. Yeah.
No, five. Like I'm probably like 5'11" and a half, but I'm 6 foot. What's half an inch between friends?
To be fair, you're not 6 foot. No, it's fine. Yeah. I've just never thought about it before.
Fucking mate. Mate, this might just be the end of our fucking friendship. Producer Stylo might not make it past episode fucking 1.
Where were we before that happened?
So your concept of the idea that actually you're better off watching it at home than you are watching it at the pub. You can hear the commentary, you can see the screen, you can get food on demand, you can get drink whenever you want. You won't get beer spilt on you. You won't have to listen to gobshites talking nonsense. And
I was just kind of thinking, I'm not sure how to frame it though. Whether to be like, because I mean, despite all those things being bad, it's sounding bad, I should say. That's what you want. You want the atmosphere, don't you? I know it's all about the atmosphere. You want all those things that come with it. You're like, that's what I want. But do you think the idea's got something? I think it's worth pursuing.
I definitely reckon it's something that's got legs, because I reckon it will be. I mean, bearing in mind I haven't been to the pub once. to watch any of the football this Euros, and I'm going on Sunday. It's a genuine conversation I've had at home with the wife.
Yeah.
Of why do you want to go to the pub watch? Well, I'll be with the lads, and the atmosphere is going to be great. Yeah, but you won't be able to see the TV properly. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll still be able to see it. Yeah, but you won't be able to hear the commentary or anything. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter. But I'll be. And it's those kind of conversations.
Right, so let's get to our guest for this week. You have booked the brilliant Ryan Murphy. Ryan's someone who I've gigged with many times, and he actually gave me the opportunity to run my first gig because he's a promoter himself, and he got offered to do a show, and he thought that it would really suit me, and I'm getting into my MCing and stuff as well, so it's a good opportunity to do some of that. But that's the sort of guy he is. He's a lovely guy, and it's a pleasure to have him as the first guest on Versus the Algorithm. Here he is.
Frown lines. Wow.
Oh, don't.
People really been annoying me lately.
You want to get yourself a fringe. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Lego hair for a reason, my friend.
I can fucking frown as much as I want now, can't I? I haven't
Lovely
seen
stuff.
you since your gig, have I?
No, it's really good. You smashed it.
Thank you, man.
No wonder you brought it up. So, Ryan Murphy, thank you for joining us on Versus the Algorithm podcast. To anyone that does not know you, who are you? For the want of better questioning.
I'm almost indescribable.
Fair comment.
I hail from the border of Surrey and Hampshire, and I am a what do we call that? Open micer comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes with like professional people, almost.
Yeah, you do. How long have you been doing it now? Because you started after me, right? But you've been going great.
Yeah. About a year. Well, a year was March, I think so.
Because you did something that was a bit different, right? Because your first gigs, or a lot of your first gigs, you went straight into promoting from the off, right? You were running a gig early doors. Is that right?
Yeah. So I didn't know how to get started. I always wanted to do it. So what I ended up doing was I just thought, I'm just gonna pretend I do comedy. So I just messaged the Swan, where you've gigged, and I just pretended I had done like a few gigs, and they were like, yeah. So I went and met with them, and I was like, oh, this is actually happening, kind of thing. And yeah, I just booked a whole bill of like 12 comedians, put myself in there on a 5.
Yeah.
And booked a host, and yeah, just pretended to everyone that I'd done comedy before. And then I just carried on. And I don't even think the pub ever found out. And then I think the 3rd or 4th one I just started hosting myself.
Yeah.
Because people said to me, I don't know why you don't just host it. And I was like, because it's like my 4th gig, but let's just do it. Fuck it. You get so much better hosting, don't you?
Yeah. Man of many talents. And also, so stand up, a bit of and a great moustache. We should reference it. And also social media, right? Social media is...
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about social media? Because like it can be divisive. Some people hate the idea of putting comedy on there and that sort of thing. Some people embrace it, but it kind of feels like something that as stand-up comedians you have to do. How do you feel about it?
You kind of do feel... I feel like it's my playground, Billy. My canvas.
Right.
No, I do. I feel like I was gigging with someone in Salisbury for Follow, and someone there who was a London comic said to me, like, I said, "Oh, just add me on Instagram," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've just got Instagram." And I think he'd been going a while. And he said, "I've realised that like you have to have it.
Yeah.
And you do, don't you? And that's not like, even you don't even have to post clips and stuff, but like just to stay in the loop of new gigs, who's doing well, what people are putting out that's doing well. And I don't know, like you get a lot of like news from it, don't you? Like people putting on new gigs and stuff. Literally, he had just started his Instagram.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was going like, you have to do it, is like pretty much shows you all you need to know, isn't it?
So do you actually like making your clips? Do you enjoy it?
I'm trying to get like a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think once I find my thing, then I can, but I don't know what, because it's so random what does well and what is absolute shit, isn't it? It's like, and then like sometimes I feel like I try too hard, like, like you think, oh, this will do well because of blah, blah, blah. And you put it up and it gets nothing. And then you just put something on a whim and it gets like quite good. Like, you see what I mean? So like, I feel like I need to find my thing. Do you think you found your thing?
No. No, I think I quite often just do, silly clips because I think my general humor is silly. So hopefully it's kind of like my actual stand-up, I should say, is pretty silly. So therefore,
okay,
at least there's that link between the two, because what I didn't want to do was something completely different.
Okay, yeah.
But at the same time, as for an actual thing, I know what you mean, and I haven't really found that. What's your most successful clip to date?
I had a video that got 11,500 views.
Nice, very good, very good.
That's my best.
So what was that?
That was just me doing stand-up.
That's good. That's good.
I started to try and do a thing where I like clipped it all up, so like you just got like almost the punchlines with the laugh. So you didn't give anything away, but obviously that's not very like you can't really keep that up.
Ryan Murphy. I'm Ryan. I identify as funny. My pronouns are ha and he. Now down the dog park, they call me Pudini. That's a shit joke. Me and my girlfriend moved in. You're loving it, You're getting your £10 right. Now I've got a granddad fetish, so. I'm after you both.
So that was quite early on, actually, because that was one of my first 10s. You remember my my joke controversy, the joke stealing saga? Can you remember this?
Oh, is this the pronouns?
Yeah. And then I don't know if you know, but that kind of went on a little bit more because it was in Jimmy Carr's new special, kind of worded differently, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So I dropped it. I just thought, well, I obviously hadn't, I was doing it way before that special come out, but I didn't want anyone to go, oh, you're stealing. So what I did was a side by side of like Jimmy Carr doing that joke and me doing that, or me doing the joke, then Jimmy Carr, and I just said like, did he steal my joke? Right. Just because I thought, oh, this might cause... I literally wanted people to be, like, attacking me. Because clearly Jimmy Carr wouldn't have stolen one of my jokes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I thought that might rile some people. And it got... What did it get? It got, like, nearly 5,000 views. So it did all right.
Yeah.
But I found... Do you put anything on YouTube?
Yes.
Do you get better views on there?
I'm not sure how it compares exactly, but I would say generally I get better views, I would say, than TikTok. Although more consistently view-wise, I think probably Instagram.
So 20 videos on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Has 46,000 views.
Right.
So that's quite good.
Mm.
Oh, I can't see how many views I have on TikTok, but I have way more videos on there and not as many views. Well, what does that add? That averages like 2,000 or something. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
just over 2,000 a video. Whereas TikTok, like I say, my average is like 300 or something. So
Yeah. Which social medias do you use? Do you use all of them?
So I don't use Facebook like for comedy at all. I just use Facebook just for pleasure. I don't have like do you have a comedy page?
Do you know what I do? But I've never told someone about it. So I've never like sent out the like me thing. Which I probably should at some point. It just sits there really. I've posted a few reels on it just in case, but I think it was like 16 people have liked it in that time. But like, I need to actually try and be because I say that because I looked the other day and I was actually like, oh wow, 16 people, because I've never bothered with it. Get in. But yeah, I need to bother with it because it's another source of promoting your work, isn't it?
I feel like we probably should be over all of them. I mean, mainly TikTok and Instagram. Is there any? Oh, and YouTube, I suppose that they're the ones, but mainly videos, TikTok, and then just posts about gigs and stuff is usually Instagram. Yeah. I don't always put that, and that's probably wrong of me. Like, I don't always put like what I put on TikTok on Instagram. I don't know why, but I don't always just shoot them across anyway.
Yeah, no, that's. If you got any kind of thought process behind that, because I've kind of started to feel that way about certain things myself. Like I'll be more reserved, I think, with Instagram, just because I know that some friends are following me and stuff on there, which they haven't found me other pages yet. But I think that maybe has some sort of effect on me where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll post less on there, maybe just some of the stuff I like more. What's your thought process?
Maybe similar. I don't think I have that. I genuinely I don't know of anyone really from I don't know, my school or anything that know that I do stand up.
Is that a conscious decision? Did you on purpose keep that on the down low?
No, because I feel like they would probably all find out eventually. So I'm not really. Maybe I'd thinking in my head that you'd actually want to get to a decent standard first.
I was exactly the same. This is relatable content, man.
Yeah, because I mean, the worst thing, isn't it, is doing one gig and just announcing to it, I'm a stand. I still don't even call myself a stand-up comedian. I'm approaching. I've nearly done 100 gigs, so you think, oh, that's pretty. If you said that you average 10 minutes, that's quite a long time on stage, isn't it? Yeah, you kind of want to be half competent, don't you? Because I'm still waiting for the day where I go on stage somewhere and I'm like, oh shit, those 5 used to go to my school, and you've just got to, you can't go, well, I'm not doing it because they're here.
Yeah.
I wasn't really someone. I mean, I had friends at school. I wasn't didn't have any friends, but I do. Do you have
clarifying?
Wasn't a nerd, but did you stay in touch with many from school?
There is a bit of a group that have all stayed close, which isn't really nice. But again, I did what you did. I didn't tell anyone for ages, and for similar reasons, it's kind of I've just felt really awkward saying I do comedy, because it kind of feels like that when you say that, it's kind of I think I'm funny. And that's horrible. I'm not comfortable saying that. It's, so I didn't tell anyone. I think I told my mum after about 3 months, I think.
Oh, really? So it was quite a while. They didn't.
And my mate's not even for a year or so. And a lot of them don't know now. It's only a few of them because I was shirking on lots of socials. How do you feel with regards to the social media side of it? Because I can only speak from my own experience. If one of them come to see me live, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. I've been working on this 20 minutes or whatever, 15, whatever I'm doing. And then I feel like whatever happens in that moment, I'll feel okay with it. If they don't like it, that's fine. Comedy's subjective and all that sort of stuff. It'll be totally cool. But with regards to social media, and there are people that follow me that would have never seen me live that I know, and I'm like, shit, maybe they think I'm like that on stage. Maybe they see my clips or whatever and think this guy is a joke. What is he doing with his life? And I'm a bit more self-conscious of it. Do you have that? Do you have any kind of like crossover between the two?
Okay. You know what? Actually, I know you kind of just reminded me then that I think when I started my TikTok account, I didn't know what to post, and like, you know, when you put the video on and you're like, I just feel fucking stupid doing this, right? Sometimes it just takes me ages to do it because I'm like, oh. And then when I speak, I'm like, what? Why are you speaking like that? I'm like, hello? Like, so unnatural. I remember saying to myself, just upload for 2 weeks and just literally do like upload and then just shut the app and then just open it later in the day, see what happens. But just don't put any pressure on it. Just think to yourself, right, I'm just upload. I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. And then because I did that for 2 weeks, now I just don't care. So yeah, I think that's kind of how I overcome that. Oh, every now and then, obviously, you get like, oh, is this funny? But like you say, I think there's a lot of people probably in my life that don't know. I remember my mum told my nan, and she went, "Is he funny?" Well,
you can confirm to your nan, no.
No, absolutely not.
She'd be proud. She'd be proud.
She's not dead.
But, oh yeah, good.
She would be proud.
Was there something that made you start comedy, that made you think, okay, maybe I can do this? Or what made you want to try it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do it, to be fair. Literally, like, I remember doing my driving lessons to 17. And I remember my instructor was quite a cool guy. And I used to play Xbox with him. It sounds a bit weird, but and I remember him saying, "Oh, do you want to, like, if I bring it in, do you want to read it?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, I've written a script." And like in my head, I'd never computed that you could just write. Like, you don't need to have the job to just write it. And then there was a magazine called Shortlist, and my dad used to bring it home. Like, it's like a. Have you ever seen Shortlist? It's like a central. I think they used to give it out free on the tube. I don't know if they do it anymore. And they were having a script writing competition, and I just entered. So I wrote a pilot for a comedy series, and then I didn't get through. I just kept writing from there. So I was kind of writing stand up then. So from like 18, but I didn't start till I was 30.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think I used any of that. So I've always been writing with in the back of my head that I will one day.
Yeah.
But then I had kids early. I had 2 kids by 21. So, you have to kind of sacrifice that, don't you, as well?
Anyway, right, come on then. Let's do the thing that we are here for, and that is to hear your idea for your social media clip to sort of take on the internet, as it were. What are you armed with? What is your plan?
Shit. Okay. How you react differently to, like, if an 18-year-old person, like, if you're talking to them and they tell you that they're going to Thailand on a gap year or whatever, or like for 3 months stay, it's the difference between how you react to that and how you react to like a 60-year-old like single man telling you at like your work that he's going to Thailand for 3 months. Like the fact that you know they're going there for very different things.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I can see that working. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, like we all know what you're going over there for. So I didn't want to like make that as obvious, but like maybe I could just do that just like filming my face and just do like, oh yeah, you'll have a really good time. And then I don't know, maybe I was thinking maybe just do like a facial expression for the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like for the old guy.
Yeah.
And just see like nice and short. Everyone will get it. You don't have to be too descriptive because it's kind of like you got it straight away, didn't you? So
I mean, what do people generally go to Thailand for?
I think we know. Is it moon parties? Obviously, the like temples and paying for sex. Should I tell you what my longer one was?
Yeah, go for it.
Just to go through it, just see if you. So what it was like for my love of Crocs. I don't know. Do you like Crocs?
I mean, I don't want to break your heart, but I can't say I have a thing for them. I mean, they exist.
So it was like it was going to be like the evolution of having Crocs as like a middle-aged man, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was going to be like putting them on Christmas Day, and then like just all these lights rushing past, like you just into a new one, and then like you accidentally realise like you've taken the bins out, but you've still got your Crocs on. And
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
that you're building up the courage, you know, and then one day like your missus tells you to go get bread from the shop, and then you look down in the middle of Sainsbury's and you've still got your Crocs on, and then you're confident. So then you're like spudding people, other middle-aged men with Crocs on in the supermarket.
Yeah.
And then it spirals from there, and then it was going to end with my missus bursting through the door, and I'm in a candlelit bath, right? just me in a candlelit bath, rose petals on the water. She goes, "Where are they? Where are they?" I've had it or something like that, right? And I like playing it off, and then all of a sudden, 2 Crocs just float up to the surface.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like that is just the production value. That is way above what I can do.
Basically, we'll keep an eye on the Crocs thing emerging in the future. But for this particular one, we'll follow the Thailand. I think
Okay.
But yeah, I like that. I mean, if you do get round to doing it, great, because I want to see that. So you love Crocs yourself? You're a big Croc man.
Like really like them, to the point where I basically made everyone in my family and extended family get them as well, because I try them on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, take your socks off because you really want to feel the ribbed insides, you know. And they are good.
Yeah.
And then you put them into sport mode, don't you, by putting the backs up so you can run in them. Yeah. And you're like, wow, so versatile. It's surprising how warm they keep you. So when I do cooking and stuff, I always have my Crocs.
I feel like I'm missing out now. All of a sudden,
they are so good. And you can buy Jibbitz. Do you know Jibbitz?
No.
They're the little things that you poke through the holes. So I've got like.
I thought you were going to get Jibbitz then, and it was a bottle of water. That was really disappointing. Oh, well, I've got some here. Yeah.
So they're like charms. And you know you've got holes in the Crocs.
Yes.
So it's like a charm, and then it's got like a push thing on the back, and you push it through the hole, and it just sits on top of your Croc. You can have like low. It will say like, "Oh, this Croc holds 19 Jibbitz" or something. You can get headlights.
What do you mean you can get headlights?
So like they're like little push-in. They're about that big. They're like little headlights.
Yeah.
And you can put one on each foot, and then on the top there's like a button, so you can press the button, and it like illuminates where you walk.
Wow. Oh my God. This is a whole world I didn't even know existed. Okay, this is great. Well, you go away and make your clip, and we look forward to seeing it and also hearing how well it's done. And I'm going to go and buy some Crocs. Lovely stuff. Ryan Murphy, thank you very much, man.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Ryan Murphy, the legend that is, with the best mustache. Love it. And here is the clip he made.
18-year-old tells you they're going Thailand.
Oh, yeah, you'll love it, mate. You'll love it.
Single 60-year-old man tells you they're going Thailand.
Make sure they're old enough.
Let's see what the man himself thought about the results.
Hello, Billy, and his army of listeners. I made the clip. We spoke about. It took me probably 2 takes, I would say, and I was pretty happy with it. I didn't want to put too much pressure on it, mainly because I knew it was going to perform very mediocre. And it was mediocre. It got like 260 views on TikTok. And then on YouTube it did better, actually. It got 2.4 thousand, I think, which, I mean, my videos just seem to do better on YouTube. I don't really know why. But yeah, I was pretty happy with it. And I think I might try and use it as a stand-up bit in the future. So it was helpful because I kind of forgot about that bit. And so that's kind of revived that. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So yeah, that's some good figures, some good numbers coming out from that. It's quite interesting that his YouTube has worked better than...
Yeah. Do you know what I really liked about it as well? Is the fact that he's potentially got some stand-up out of it. He's done the clip and he's thought, do you know what? I can make a bit out of this. And basically go and see Ryan Murphy live. And in a couple of months' time, you know, you'll see what was born right here. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, because ultimately that's kind of what you said you've always wanted to get out of the social media game, is for it to actually further and progress on your stand-up stuff. So the fact that that has done that for him is brilliant.
Yeah, that's the thing. You usually think, like, with regards to like exposure, getting your name out there or whatever, people seeing your name, your face. But the fact that it can also lead to other little bits you can add into your set is very cool. So yeah, we look forward to seeing what comes from that. And really enjoyed that. It's great speaking to him as well. Really top man. And really interesting chat. I like that a lot.
Hopefully we can get him back on again with any other future ideas that you might have.
You need to follow Ryan Murphy on his socials, particularly to see if he ever does this croc video. I definitely want to see that. You can find Ryan at Ryan Murphy Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. And I think he's Ryan Murphy _comedy on YouTube. If you want to follow us, I am at Billy James Comic on all the socials. And if you want to follow Mark, you can't. He's keeping it a mystery.
Yeah, I do not want people showing up at my Instagram or Facebook going, yeah, you might have a great time with your kids, but your podcast shit.
Yes, but you can contact Mark and myself via the versus the algorithm at gmail.com email address. If you've got any ideas that you want to throw out there, if you got anything you want us to discuss, if you want to just get in contact, that is how you can do it. So that has been the first episode of Versus the Algorithm. Thanks for listening or watching, and we will be back again for the second episode with another brilliant guest who you've booked, and I don't know who it is yet, so I'm quite excited.
Neither do I.
Okay, good. We look forward to it, and we will be back with another episode very soon. So thank you very much. I'm Billy James.
I'm producer Stylo.
We'll see you very soon.
This is the theme at the end of the podcast, yeah.